Everyone, Mango7Roll here. How we doing today? Welcome to another episode of Epic 7. Today we're going to talk about how to counter people that attack you with Iseria on your defense. The reason why we're talking about this today is, one, I've been messaged about it before, and two, a post popped up on Reddit, and I figured if they're asking, I might as well try to ask too. Since while they were searching through their defense history, they found most of their losses were to somebody that had Iseria than two other people. This is the team I used to attack with. My team is Iseria, Dominiel, and BBK, but the variations really change depending on where you're at. I've taken it up to 5,300 usually on reset, so this goes for all higher end teams too. Everything I've attacked really has not posed much threat, so we'll talk about how to counteract that without using any different team. Okay, so let's do a couple attacks here just to show you how it kind of works. This is a pretty common team that you'll see up higher from the Dan 9. The higher you go, the more ML5s you're going to see, the more Carmens, the more Arbiter Vildreds, the more Cezannes, everything like that. So I wanted to kind of try to hit those teams. So we do everything the same way. We reset Tamarinne's skill 3 with Iseria. Then we skill 3 on Carmen usually.
I pledge myself.
And then from this point on, we just kill them. It's pretty much that easy. We're gonna skill 3 here. And we're going to boost up. And honestly, I have a potential to lose here if their Ken is really, really strong. So what we're going to do is, instead of kill the Carmen, usually I would kill the Carmen, we're gonna go for the Ken instead, just to make sure nothing bad happens. So I'm glad we did, because the Ken has lots of HP, but now we've got him low enough that he's going to die. Luckily, anyway. So this will kill at least 2 of them, and this is one of the teams that actually did pretty well at surviving. I would say this did much better than most other defenses that you're gonna fight. Get a defense break. Finish you off before you get your turn, please. Boo! How dare you? How dare you? Okay, so that's a little bit of a spoiler into how we're gonna counter our team a little bit later. But as you can see, with the slow team like that, nothing at all bad is going to happen. So that's the general idea of how these teams are attacking you. So when we try to counter, we need to remember 2 main things. One is that Tam and Iseria are most likely going to be between 180 and 215 speed, and they're going to be really close to each other. So one isn't going to be really high and really low. They're both going to be almost identical speed within 5 of each other. This is really important to keep in mind for a little bit in the future. Also, number 2 is that they're going to have immunity anytime you get higher. So anybody that's attacking you, you can expect them to have immunity. And the reason why they're not really going to be faster than that is because, one, they're not Guild War defense units, so they're not going to have people's best gear. And 2, they would both have to be really fast to really take advantage of it. So keep that in mind going forward. And the reason why it's usually in the 190 to 210 range is because with a pair of speed boots and a speed set, and maybe a couple speed sets subs here and there, that's just what you end up with, unless you have ridiculous. So that's the important part. And again, immunity as well. Everybody will have immunity. So going into that, we need to think of something that's going to stop them or something that's going to kill them ahead of time. So number 1 way to counter the Iseria is attacking you, really easy, really simple. Just pull out your credit card and summon Balances on. That's kind of a cop-out, but it really is true. Balances on, I cannot attack you whatsoever. Even after the nerf, I'm not going to be able to attack you. You're going to auto-win against all of my offenses. So I immediately skip you because of that. That's one really easy way to not get attacked. And number 2 is have a really fast team, like an obvious booster team. So for example, if this right here, this Oxlots was like a Baiken, which are usually really 240 plus, or if it was a Ruzid or a Judith or a Shadow Rose, any sort of booster here outside of Oxlots, I can never attack that team just because of that them going ahead of my 210 speed after the booster. I'm never outspeeding a booster with my team, and neither is any other Iseria person. So we just auto lose to that. So again, we cannot attack them. Those are two really good examples of people that will not get you defense wins because they're not going to attack into you, but you will get attack less because of it. But the number one way, I think, really to start countering these teams, and I personally haven't seen anybody doing it. Maybe once or twice in a 3-hour rush hour up to 5,300, I saw do this, and the rest kind of fell into the place of just getting slaughtered by Iseria, is to have somebody unexpectedly fast. So for example, if we look at this top team here, we have to skip it. There's zero chance we can attack it because it's got a Bale and Suzanne. But if we look at the second team, they've got Dizzy, who does actual 0 versus our team. If they IL Violin our immunity, there's no follow-up usually, so it doesn't do anything. Like IL Violin from Dizzy into Bologna, nobody's dead, nobody has debuffs that matter, and nothing happens, we're fine. But let's say this Carmen is the one at 230, 240 speed. If that Carmen's that fast, which again, 99.9% of them aren't, we lose. There's nothing we can do. Carmen goes first. It's literally all over, and we give up, and we just leave the game. It's like, well, shucks, you did better than me. You outplayed me. You're gone out of there. 0% we can do. If we look at the second team here, it's the exact same thing. Any regular team is going to be under 150 to 180, like in that range for their ML Cecilia, for their Carmen, for their Chloe, for their Ruel, although Ruel doesn't really matter as much. Basically, anybody that's supporting and just being tanky is always in that range from what I've experienced, even at the higher end. So there's like 4 ways Awesome Ronex could actually counter a Iseria team. One is to have his Arbiter Vildred have like 14,000 HP, and he will survive the counterattack hit basically, and there's a chance to kill it there. Really bad way to do it, but it's a possibility. 2 is to have either one of the other 3 people 230, 240 speed. ML Cecilia goes first, we're dead. There's nothing we can do. If Carmen goes first, we're dead. There's nothing we can do. And if ML Chloe goes first, we are dead. There's basically nothing we can do. And these are the teams we feed off of. We have to attack these teams. We do not attack teams like Awesomus Rex there. We can't attack anybody. So the fact that these teams aren't going faster right now just kind of baffles me, because they will get so many more defense wins. And that's the benefit of using a team like this. You're already using the meta style team that already causes people a ton of problems. So you're going to get hit like you normally get hit, but you're going to get a ton more defense wins because of that. In my rush hour, where I went through about 3 hours of battle in the 4,800 to 5,300 range, I would say 90% of my battles were fought against 3 to 4 tanks like this, and then sometimes an Arbiter Vildred, sometimes an ML Ken, sometimes a Dizzy. And 99.9% of them I won, unless I screwed up and misclicked. But had any of them had the faster speed, I would have lost every single battle. So that just goes to show how much of a difference is. And I know it's not just me sitting at 216 or 220 speed on their Tamarinne Iseria, because I'm probably faster than most, actually. So keep that in mind going forward. There's kind of a 4th way to counter Iseria, but it's a little bit RNG heavy, but we will cover it really quick. And that is with different layers of Cartusia, as I like to call it. Cartusia plus a Vildred together can cause a lot of problems because you have to fight so many layers of randomness. Cartusia being fast doesn't matter. His stun doesn't do anything at all, so that's unimportant. But the mischance combined with Carmen's reduction, combined with Cecilia's defense, can sometimes make it so you cannot kill the Cartusia by the time you're using your AoE from your Carmen, or whatever you're using, your Karen, I mean. And if you have your Cartusia with really high resistance, there's a good chance we can't defense break him too, and then there's even more chance we can't win. So there's a really good chance that you lose from that, because you're not going to kill the Vildred through one of those misses. And again, you could just go the other way and your Cecilia or your Carmen is faster and we're just dead too. That's another opportunity. You could also make your Arbiter Vildred fast as well. And that way, even a 240 speed or 230 speed Arbiter Vildred with a little low attack stats is still going to kill most people's offense in the back line. So also keep that in mind too. So yeah, I hope that really covered things. This is something that I think a lot of people are attacking with, and the second we get another Tamarinne banner, it's going to be even more so. So keep that in mind if you want to get a little more defense wins in the next coming week. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any other questions in the comments, and we'll try to answer them. Have a wonderful day. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe as always. Bye, everybody.